Guys, welcome back, Financial Reboot. As we promised you last week, this show is going to kick ass. It's going to kick ass for a reason, because we're going to show you, we're going to unveil the curtain. We're going to unwrap the present like a month before Christmas for you, so to speak. You guys keep texting us in, wondering how we make these big returns in the stock market in sometimes 2 and 3 days. You know, we've done multiple double-digit returns. We've done multiple triple-digit returns in sometimes 3 to 4 days. You know, I think our $667% return was in under a month. 667% return in under a month. And we did that how? By utilizing the strategy that we're going to show you right now. This is going to be like a mini free course, because we keep getting text messages from potential clients, you guys out there in YouTube and Facebook, on our podcast, are asking the same questions, like, how do we become not average? We're tired of being average. How do we remember last week we were talking about the 93% of people fail in the stock market and lose money? We're going to show you what the 7% of us, and now you, are going to be doing to make large profits and big ROI gains in the stock market. And we're going to show you exactly that strategy, how that's going to work. I'm going to pull Patrick in here into the studio. He's on his way here now. And we're going to go through step by step. We might even do some screen share. I'm not sure yet, but we've got slides ready for you. It's going to be killer. It's going to be so cool. And, you know, this is something that people charge thousands and thousands of dollars for. And we're just going to give it to you, because we want you to become a client and we want you to succeed, right? Both of those. I think they're both really cool. And we will answer your questions. Don't worry. We've got a whole list of them for you. But we're going to lay it out step by step coming in this next segment. We're going to fill up with water, wait for Pat to get in, take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Did you know that 93% of people in the stock market make no money at all, and only 7% of people actually crush it in the stock market? We're going to show you exactly how we do that and how we get results like this. 20%, 82% return, 153%, 318%. Okay, because the truth is, these strategies are very simple if you know how to do them. So don't be the average investor. Don't be the 93% that just waste their time, waste their money. Get this information, very simple strategies on how you can utilize the stock market, make money like Wall Street without working on Wall Street. We're going to give you that strategy. Put your name and email in the email information right here, and let's get you started. I want to show you this very simple, free strategy that you can utilize right now. Remember, you can get results like this. 667% in 3 months? Are you freaking kidding me? Go ahead and do that now, and we'll see you on the next page. Okay, welcome back. Samuel with Financial Reboot. Pat just arrived here in the studio. We're excited because this is probably the biggest thing we've ever done for the average viewer. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get right into it. So, Pat, why don't you just kind of let them know exactly what we've got in store for them right this second. Let's kind of review kind of the outline of what's going to happen here.
We're going to teach you a very simple strategy, a very usable strategy for any trader, on how to make some money on options, how to utilize this strategy to maximize your gains on big moves in the market, ETFs, stocks, whatever you choose to play. We're also going to show you a free tool that you can use to calculate projected profit and make things very simple for you. But basically, it's just going to be a very simple, layman's, easy to understand, usable tool that you can do to make money immediately.
Now, remember, this is the same tool and strategy that the top 1% of the ultra wealthy inside of Wall Street utilize on a daily basis to make huge returns. And remember, these are the same strategies, the exact same strategies. Like, we're not holding anything back. These are the exact same strategies that we've been using for double-digit and triple-digit returns, sometimes in under a month, sometimes in under a week. So you want to pay really close attention. So let's just get your notebooks out, get ready, get your cup of coffee, a glass of wine, whatever floats your boat. But pay close attention, because we've got a big segment, and then we've got a special offer for you guys on how you can take advantage of this at home in a bigger way to really have your hand held through all this stuff. It's going to
take your game to another level.
Yeah, you guys, I'm super excited about this. So let's cut. I'm going to dart off camera and get a cup of coffee and let Patrick take over, and we'll be right back after this.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Samuel, for your nice introduction. I'm rarely on screen like this directly with you, so we'd like to take absolute advantage of this. One thing I've learned over the years is there is nothing more effective than keeping things very simple. The market's traded by MBAs, it's traded by Harvard graduates, these guys that have Rhodes Scholars and stuff. We're not that. So we have to find a way to keep things simple, understandable, and profitable. Over the decades, I've learned that. We're going to talk about a simple option strategy. And in that strategy, we're going to keep things very simple. We're going to use a free tool to make a educated prediction on it. And we're going to basically show you how to make some good money on every market move. Excuse me, I don't get in front of the camera very often. So
You're doing great, Pat.
thank you very much. And I also have a third new shirt. So let's get into this. Over the years, I've learned there is a ton of option strategies. There's straddles, strangles, long, naked, covered calls. You name it, iron butterflies, iron condors, my God, you have to go to Harvard just to understand them all. But I found one very effective strategy that everybody uses that makes big money on options. Now, I want to remind you straight up, options are very risky. Options many times can be an all or nothing play. They can get away from you real fast. They can turn bad real fast. This strategy, like any other option strategy, will be risky, but the risk is high, but the reward is incredibly high. So what I'm going to teach you about is going naked. Now, that might sound that sounds sexy, and it is when you look at your portfolio. It's absolutely sexy. But we're going to go naked, and what that means is we are going to buy contracts without owning the stock, so they are not covered, and they can be very risky. In order to do this strategy, you have to have level 2 approval on your account, which is very simple to get. Any of you should be able to get it. And by having that access and by having what I'm about to teach you in these sections, you'll be able to profit on this. So go ahead and get your pens and pencils ready. We're ready to move on, and we'll be right back with our lesson. Okay, welcome back. So, as I said in the beginning, options are highly risky. Make sure you know what you're doing, but in order to make sure that we know what we're doing, we're going to keep it very simple, very easy to understand. Look, this is how simple this strategy is. I wrote these notes down right before I'm doing this presentation. So, you've got your pen, you've got your paper. Let's go over it again for the attorney's sake. Options are highly risky. It can be an all or nothing situation. So manage your money properly and don't do anything crazy. Now, let's get into this. Remember what I said at the beginning. We're going to keep it very, very simple. We're not Harvard MBAs. We're not professors at Rhodes Scholars and things like that. We are just traders. We are normal traders. We're individual investors, so we need to keep things very simple. Options can be absolutely the most confusing thing you'll ever deal with, but they are also the best way to make money. So let's start the steps. Step 1, keep it simple. Okay, we've gone over that. Now, step 2 is we need to have our level 2 options approval. So go ahead, if you're actually gonna make some trades, go ahead and check your portfolio, make sure you've got that and all that. It's very simple to do. The applications are right in your brokerage. If you're opening a brokerage account, tell them your intent is to go naked on some options. Don't say that, just say you want level 2. Brokers get very sketchy when it comes to options, but there's no reason that everybody shouldn't be able to play them. Now let's start with the free tool, because this is critical. When you look at an options quote, we're going to show you an options quote on the screen right now. Now take a look at that. You've got alpha, you've got beta, you've got gamma, you've got premium, you've got strikes, you've got time. All these things influence the price of the option, along with the underlying price of the stock that the option's based on. Was that confusing? Did anybody understand it? Probably not, unless you're a very experienced option trader. Let me tell you what you're concerned with options. You're concerned with two things, your risk and your reward. Your risk, you know up front, right? Okay, I have $20,000 in my portfolio. I'm willing to risk 1% on this play. That's your risk. Now, remember with the risk, what I said with options, it can be all or nothing. So anytime you go into these, be prepared to lose everything. Don't put 99% of your portfolio into an option. Just play normally. Risk versus reward. How do you know what the reward is though? Can you calculate a gamma? Can you calculate the underlying price and how it's going to affect according to time? Because that's how an options contract works. If you have an options contract that expires on September 23rd, as you get closer to September 23rd, the time factor is going to work against the underlying price. There's an intense algorithm and calculation that determines this. Who understands that? You don't need to understand that. I'm going to show you where you can find it. If you look on your screen, we're going to a website, optionsprofitcalculator.com. I want you to write that down, optionsprofitcalculator.com. You can pull up an option in this. On the top left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see that you have choices, long put, short put, straddles, and things like that. We're going to show you how to go short. Now, obviously with going short on an option, you can go the other way. If you want to go long, you buy the call. If you want to go short, you buy the put. What you're going to do is buy to open. So if you follow this options profit strategy, it'll allow you to type in the symbol. It'll pull up the price that we're showing you on screen. And what happens is you choose an option and then click calculate right on the bottom left-hand corner, and boom, there's your chart. That'll tell you what the price of the option will be on any date during the life cycle of the option, at what strike price, at what underlying price. Very simple. So now for free, you know your gamma, you know your beta, you know your profit potential. Everything's right there for you. You don't have to be a Harvard MBA, because nobody in this room is, and probably nobody in the room you're in right now. Now, how do we use this to make money? Well, the first thing you need to do is identify a trend. A trend. What is a trend? Well, let's look at gold. You hear us talk about gold all the time. I mean, you hear about gold all over the internet. Yeah, you're probably, I want to play some gold. Well, let's do it. This is how you do it. So go ahead into your options profit calculator and type in GLD and just pull up any symbol. What you have to determine first is the trend. Where do I think gold's going to go? So say you decide that that gold's going down. Say you're like we are at Financial Reboot right now. Gold's going down. We're gonna make some money off this. So go ahead and you make a simple estimate, and say it's the middle of September right now, and you think in 2 weeks gold's gonna go down $5. Say right now it's trading at $126. So you think it'll be $121 in 5 days. So go ahead and click the strike for $121, and that'll tell you, boom, right there, what your profit potential is. But the first thing you have to do is identify the trend. So we've used our free option profit calculator to identify an option we like. Now take your time with options. Don't just, oh man, that's a good play. Do a little research on that options profit calculator, because it's a very powerful tool for the layman. And it's very undiscovered. I'm actually surprised more people don't know about it. Use your free their options profit calculator, and go ahead and try the different strikes, and you'll see wherever that green area is, the bigger the green area is, the better your chances of making the profit, right? It's very simple. It's very visual. Let's take all these numbers, these crazy numbers and calculations out of it, and make it something that we can all understand and something we can all capitalize on. That's the whole idea of this, is to keep it simple and to make some money. So now that we've identified how to use the options profit calculator and we've identified how to identify a trend, now let me just say this about the trends. Trend can be in anything. If you think banks are going up like we did, right? You can go with a banking sector ETF. Maybe you think all banks are going to go, so you want a banking sector ETF, XLF, right? If you think retail is going up, XLR. If you think gold is going to make some move one way or the other, GLD. Okay, but if you like a stock, say like, okay, we just talked about NVAX, right? Say we think this thing's going to go to $15 in a month. Okay, we can do an options play on NVAX. So what you want to do is just identify a trend in something that you like. You can get a quote on anything in this free tool. So let's take a quick break so you can digest this a little bit, pull it up on your screen, play around with it, and we'll be right back and we will continue and we'll show you how to actually do the mechanics of the trade. Thank you for watching up to this point. I hope you're getting something out of it. If nothing else, you've got a free tool that you can use anytime to do some great things without options calculating. So there's a little value there. But let's teach you how to do the mechanics of the trade. So now we've identified an option that we like. We've identified a trend. We've found the stock or ETF or the sector that we want to play on it. We've decided that, okay, it's blah 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 price, we're looking for this price. You know, a good example for us is what we were talking about on last week's show, where we were saying that we believe gold is going to go down. It was at about 126, 127 GLD. We believed it was going to retrace to fill that back gap at 120, 121. We didn't want to put all our eggs in that big of a move, so we took a $123 strike. That's how simple you keep it. So let's move on. My little notes, I'm sorry, I keep reading my notes. But okay, that's the first determination you've got to do on the mechanics. Do you want to buy in the money or out of the money? In the money is a little simpler and a little less riskier to play. If you want to minimize your risk on a naked option, buy in the money. What that means is, I think gold's going to go down today. It's GLD. It's $126. I'm going to buy an option with a $126 strike. When the strike price of the option is better than the price of the actual stock, you are in the money. When it's outside of that, you're outside of the money. That's all it means. It means that your option is actually equal to the price, the value of the stock. Now, what you do is decide if you've got a lot of risk. So say we thought gold was going to go down, GLD was going to go down to $120 to $121. But we don't want to take a big risk. We want to leave a window so we can get out in case we're wrong. Okay? So we would have bought the $126 or the $127 strikes. Why? Because if gold moves quickly, we'll catch it. And what happens is, if you are in those $123 options and gold's at $126 and it goes to $128, these are going to be zero. Your 123s are going to be zero. But if you own the 126, 127s, you might lose half, 3/4 of the value. You can still get out with your shirt. You've lost your pants, you lost your shoes, you lost your socks, but you still got your shirt, so you're still trading. Now, the next thing is, once you've determined that, you buy that strike according to your risk. Now, I want you to understand a rule with options that you never break. Do not ever put in a market order for options. Okay? Options are contracts written by the seller. Now, if you put in a market order and there's a chance that maybe they'll screw you on the price. Excuse my language, but that's what happens. I've seen it happen. So if you decide you want the option at 57 cents, you put in 57 cents. Now, you might have to watch your offer and adjust that, but a couple pennies is better than... What if you were buying it at 57 cents and you put in a market order and they gave you 75 cents? Now you are really messed up. Be specific. That's the one time you want to absolutely be specific and not leave any room for error. So now we bought our option. Okay? You want to monitor it. If you bought it in the money, pay close attention to it. You can set stop losses. If you bought it at 57 cents and you don't want to lose more than say 5 cents a contract, then you put in your stop loss, and that's a simple thing we're showing you on the screen right now. Monitor your trade. Keep an eye on it. This is not a stock that you're buying and selling for a month. Okay? So it's not like you're buying Bank of America at $15 and you're just going to wait until it goes up to 25. Options move quickly and they can be very sudden. So monitor your trades. It doesn't mean you have to sit there and watch tick by tick. But if you're not going to be able to pay attention to it, make sure you set the stop loss. Don't take any chances with your options. Okay? So now you're monitoring. When do I sell? When do I sell? Well, we're going to go back to our options profit calculator and we're going to look at the different levels and the prices. Because say you bought these options at the $126 strike options, and if you look at your options profit calculator, say it's gone up to $127 and you're in the money, you're making money. You want to, what if I can make a couple more grand on this trade? But if you look at the left-hand column of your options profit calculator, that tells you the different price ranges for the profit. Look at it. What if it's 75 cents more to make another $1,000? Do you think your stock you think this thing can go up to 75 cents? Make a judgment. Well, I don't want to wait. I don't want to take the chance. Sell. Selling is all up to you. At Financial Reboot, we like to take profits. But we also we don't like to leave money on the table if we don't have to. And I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm not a genius. I'm not the smartest man on the planet. I'm not the greatest trader ever. But I do know how to use a free tool that'll make me a lot better of a trader and is a great equalizer. And I will use that. Don't be afraid to use it. Look, a dollar profit is better than a dollar loss. Okay, remember that when you sell. So selling is really an individual based thing. And for us at Financial Reboot, you know, sometimes we will sell quick. We'll just take the money. We don't want to take the chance. Maybe we bought gold to go down and all of a sudden things are getting a little weird. So we're up a couple $100. We'll take the money. We'll take the money. Why give it back? But there's a lot of times we'll let it ride. Use that options profit calculator. All you do is pull up the same stock or the same options contract that you did when you bought it, and now punch in the current price. You see that box there where you can add the price? Just put in the price it's at right now and it'll recalculate the whole thing. And that'll tell you what's the next level. Did you make even more money? How far? What if it only has to go down 5 cents to lose $1,000, but it has to go up 75 cents to make $1,000? Well, we probably want to cash out right then, right? So now we've taken this, we've shown you how to find an option, we've shown you how to prudently determine which option is going to be the best one for you. And this is a very simple method. And if you practice it, what I recommend is you paper trade. Don't day trade. You paper trade. And what that means is, you know, just write it down on a piece of paper. Hey, you know, instead of actually buying it, and practice, you know, and watch it and see, well, I would have sold it this, or I would have made this money. Just practice a little bit. We'll post on this video, at the end of this video, I'll post you some links of free sites that you can go to and actually paper trade, and it'll do the calculations for you. It's kind of fun because you can actually act like it's a real account with real money and stuff like that. You're nothing more fun than playing with money that you don't own. So I'd like to thank you very much for this time. I'd like to remind you that we do have a very, very special offer coming up from Samuel, and you're absolutely going to want to listen to this, because as simple as we made this options profit strategy, it's still pretty confusing, isn't it? If you've never done it before. So Sam's going to tell you how you can get somebody to stand by your side that's done this for decades and made a lot of money.
Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that segment. I mean, we wanted to do this for you because a lot of our clients that are watching, a lot of our potential clients and viewers, I should say, that are watching, are always asking us, texting in over on our Facebook page, like, how do you guys do that? Like, is that for real? Like, how do you do that? So I hope you got a real glimpse on how you can do that. I mean, you watch how we do it every week. I mean, if you haven't, you noticed we're getting some interestingly large returns week after week after week here on the show. And this is the reason, because we're implementing these strategies of the uber rich. And if you start doing that, who knows, the sky's the limit what can happen. Now, our attorney's got to say that our results are our results. Your results may vary. Now, one way you can avoid, that X factor is just become a client. Or if you want to go deeper in this option strategy, I'm going to give you the way to do that right now, because this is huge, guys. This can take you from that average investor of the 93% to that 7% of the ultra, like sitting on the beach, drinking a Mai Tai with your loved one, watching the sun go down, strumming the guitar, laughing about everybody else. So here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to text the word money, M-O-N-E-Y. Text the word money to our phone number, 760-254-0003. Again, text the word money to 760-254-0003. You want to get in on this. Okay, you've seen our returns. You don't want to sit around on the sidelines anymore. You don't want to be average. You might have that feeling in your stomach like, man, I see everyone else making all this money. It's my time. Man, it's your time. Now is your time. Take action. Text the word money to us right now. You'll see it right here on the screen. Take action. Now, we can only handle a certain number of people for what we're going to do for you. This is going to be a real special thing that we're going to do. Out of our norm here at Financial Reboot, because we have a certain number of core clients, but people have asked us so often about how we can implement this strategy to the masses that we're doing it for a very limited time only. So if you're serious, and I mean serious, like you want to take your account to multiple 6 and 7 figures, you need to contact us and you need to text the word money to 760-254-0003, and let's stop playing around. Okay? We're going to do big, big things. Once you're in there, it's going to ask you a questionnaire because we need to know about you to see if you're serious, and then you'll be directed to a call directly with us, and we're going to show you how this is going to work for you, and within days you're going to see how this strategy can take you from where you are to that 7% of the ultra successful on the internet and basically the stock market. That's the whole point, right? So we are stoked you guys here. Hope you got some great value. Pat, as usual, knocks it out of the park. And, that's the whole point. Let's go and have some fun in the stock market, make some money, leave a legacy, because all this stuff, we got a little bit of time left to do what we want to do in this world. Let's make a difference. Let's make enough money to give it away and have fun and give anonymously. I love to do that. Maybe you should consider something like that too. So anyway, the point is, in the meantime, guys, as we always say, make a difference with whatever you do. This is Samuel Levis with the Financial Reboot Show. Text the word money to our number. Let's get you cranking on these option strategies today. We'll see you next week.